The Be a Man podcast, brought to you by Anchor. I'm going to get right into it today, guys. So earlier this week, I was going over my blueprint for an organization that I'm getting ready to start. So I was looking at, what I have accomplished up until now. I was trying to see if I was still on schedule. And how much more I needed to accomplish before I got to the grand opening, right? So, on top of that, Thursday of this week, I went to a pre-licensing course, which is a prerequisite before you're able to send in your application for licensing. Licensing is very important. You can't open any business really without a license. So the nonprofit sector is no different. So anyway, what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about understanding and appreciating the process. So everything under the sun has a process to it. The reason why a box of cake has directions and instructions on the back is to illustrate to you how the process is supposed to go in regards of baking that particular cake. So, you have to add the water and, add the egg, and you have to beat it to an even consistency. And then you bake for a certain amount of minutes, or you may have to add butter or whatever for the moisture. But whatever you have to do, there's a process that you have to endure in order for that cake to come out the right way. So if you're an entrepreneur or you're not an entrepreneur, you have a really cool career that you're passionate about or you like, there is a process to each and everything that we do. And far times too often we look at what's ahead versus where we've come thus far. So we look ahead and we see so much work, and that becomes intimidating, as it should. It's a healthy intimidation, though. It shouldn't be anything that to where you think to yourself, oh, I can't do this, or this is too hard, or it shouldn't be that kind of intimidation. You should look at it as a challenge, and it's a healthy challenge. It's a good challenge because you understand that this is the test that you're going to have to go through just to get there. So we're not talking about once you've actually started and, whether or not you're going to be a success once you get there, which is going to be a challenge within itself. But when you endure the process, okay, Joel Embiid says it for the 76ers in the NBA, trust the process. But what does he mean when you say trust the process? The Sixers were bad for a long, long, long time. And in the midst of them being really bad, they were able to add and acquire a few pieces that would change the trajectory of the franchise. So now when you say Philadelphia 76ers, you're not laughing. You're saying, oh, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Darko Saric, Robert Covington, and Markelle Fultz, if he develops. You're looking at a pretty solid top 3 team in the Eastern Conference versus the last 6 or 7 years prior to last year. They were, pretty much a D-League level team playing in the NBA. So there was a process to that, and there's no difference in what you're doing in everyday life. If you're a chef, if you're, a postal worker, you're a teacher, you have a blue-collar job, you work in a factory, you do construction, whatever it is that you do, there is a process to what you do. There is a process. And some people call it, policy, code of ethics, or whatever. There's a certain way to do what it is that you do every single day. And if you're someone like myself who believes that you should, climb the ladder and you should, go out and create your own brand and build your own company or organization or what have you, you have to understand that the day you conceive that thought in your head isn't going to be the day you have your grand opening. There's a lot of steps in between. You have to, visualize it. You have to be able to put it down on paper, and you have to be able to make it make sense to other people. because your ability to be able to galvanize others and bring other people in to assist you in building your dream is going to be very predicated on your ability to be able to be successful. You can't do it by yourself. You have to have a team, whether that's the board of directors, whether that's angel investors, people who can put money behind what it is that you want to do. You have to have that. It's very illogical to think that you can do that on your own, because you can't. It's never been done, and it won't be done. You have to have a team. You have to have a strong supporting cast, and to be able to do that. But I do not want you guys to look ahead at what's needed to be done and let that discourage you. I don't want that. I want you to look at what you have accomplished and look at how far you've come thus far, and use that as the motivational force to help ease your mind, if you will, and help you become more confident in how far you have to go. And don't compare yourself and your stage to anyone else. You're unique. Your situation is unique. Your ideal is unique. What you bring to the table is unique. No one else can do what you do the way you can do it. And you have to honestly and truly believe in that. Okay? You have to. It's very important for you to be able to appreciate the small victories that are in between. Okay? In the game of football, every play isn't a touchdown, all right? And I use a lot of sports references, as you can tell, because I'm a huge sports fan. But, every play isn't going to be a first down. Every play isn't going to be a touchdown. But the idea is that if you move the chains, you're getting closer to the goal. And you have to have that same mindset in business or in everyday life. Whatever it is you're trying to do, whether it's trying to be a better parent, a better husband, a better wife, a better employee, at work, a better friend, whatever it is, there are steps to becoming better. And our ability to be able to dedicate ourselves to those processes and commit 100% is whether or not we're going to be successful. So that's all I got for today. Thank you guys so much for listening to the Be a Man podcast. Corin and I appreciate you very much. Thank you to Anchor for the platform. And I'm CJ, and I'm out.